bloodstream, the baby, male or female, don't matter. Then they get to eavesdrop on mama's conversation with herself.
Damn. Wow. Ooh, what a good
And the
conversation.
body responds.
Yeah. So Rob, we just talked about the six fingers, people born with six fingers, and people, the average person, I guess, is born with five fingers now. And it just made me think about this, Rob, because sometimes they refer to Allah as arm, leg, arm, head. And some people, some gangs, let me use gangs. Some gangs represent the 5-point star. Some gangs represent the 6-point star. Would the six-finger people be tied more to the 6-point star? And no, has no connection. All right, I wanted.
Okay, so you got to know what the 5-point star mean and what the 6-point star mean.
Yes, sir. Please.
The 5-point star is known as the star of Venus.
5. That's the 5.
Yeah. It's also known as the Eastern Star, the star that rises in the east.
Yes.
Right. Then the 6-point star, often called the Shield of David, but it's really the Seal of Solomon.
Yes.
But it's the representation of the perfected man. As above, so below. And when you lay the upside down triangle on top of the right side up triangle, it gives the appearance of a 6-point star. But what it's really giving you is a one-dimensional expression of the star life. Right? 2 pyramids merged together. One is carrying the low frequency up and one is carrying the high frequency down. This is sex energy and spirit energy before you awaken. The sex energy draws all things from the crown to the root. That's called the fallen king. Because your crown falls to your root. Right? And once your crown reaches the root, now it has to climb back up to the mountaintop in order to consecrate and recrown the king. And this is when your root chakra begins to release what's called the sacred secretion in your sacral spine, so that gold elixir can be pumped up to the 4 chambers of the brain. So when your pineal gland turn on, it's like shining through gold liquid instead of silver liquid. The silver key is the moon key or the lunar key, which is represented by the moon. But the secret behind the moon is that it's not an organic body to the solar system. And that the moon that used to give us light in a different orbit was called the Lilith moon. And this is your Adam having Lilith as a wife before Eve, because Lilith represents the Lilith moon and the Eve represents the lunar moon that was used to usurp the women of the earth and make them have a cycle when they didn't have one before. Women used to decide, I'm going to have a baby. And if she wanted to have a girl, she didn't even go look for no man. But if she wanted a son, then she have to find a man. And that lunar moon is put there to take that capability of controlling when you procreate from the women. That's one of the major purposes of putting it there, aside from it being a battleship in order to fend off any beings coming from somewhere else.
Is it harder, Rod, for a woman to have to produce a male child than a female child? I know in a lot of cultures, a woman is considered real strong or spiritual or well respected if she's able to produce a boy child. You even seen in some of the movies, Game of Thrones, you able to produce a boy child, you popping. So is it harder for a woman to produce that male child than a female child?
If we understood the science of what the male sperm have to go to in order to fertilize an egg, every man would be looking at himself in a totally different light.
Uh-oh, I'm ready. Come on, talk to me about
this. Okay,
come on.
First of all, the man produces the Y chromosome, but he produces a limited number of them in each batch of ejaculation. This limited number is immediately confronted with a spermicide in the vagina out the gate before he go anywhere. And the spermicide is more hostile to Y chromosomes because it see it as a parasite than it is to the sperm cell with the two X chromosomes. Right? But that's not all. The mother, once the egg get to or the sperm get to the egg also has in its membrane anti-Y chromosome chemical. So to get to that point in and of itself is a catastrophic feat for a male child to be born. Then when you go and do the research, you find that 75% of all first trimester spontaneous abortions is the male child, because the male is parasitic to the mother more so than the female. So now, once you get to the third trimester, or nope, it's somewhere in the first trimester, close to the end, when the sexual determination of the child is told to the developing zygote by the mother's biochemistry. Her progesterone, testosterone levels shift to produce a male to a different frequency than if it was progesterone and estrogen that she needed to produce for the female. So now we dealing with a whole nother thing, because sometimes the mother changed her mind a couple of days after, and now you have child born with both sexes, hermaphrodite. All this is chemical communication between parent and fetus, and the conditions of the vagina is so hostile to a Y chromosome that we wonder sometimes if the man even supposed to be here.
Yo, Rod, that was a hell of a breakdown, bro. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Yo, this show is classic, y'all. So let me ask you this. Now, based upon that, and my brother Lance in the chat said, based on what you said, the hostile is hostile. The environment is hostile to a Y chromosomes. Lance said, so males are miracles. Based upon Lance saying that and what you said, Rod, I want to know if the environment is so hostile toward male children, why do males outnumber women so much in the world? It's that hostile.
Who told you that lie?
They said we outnumber them like what, 6-1. The sisters say that they be like it's hard to get a man. Y'all niggas outnumber.
It's hard to get a man because half of these dudes is pusillanimous.
No, hold up. So you saying we don't outnumber women?
No.
So that's a lie.
In America alone, women outnumber men like 3-1.
No. Okay, no. I
globally, females outnumber males like 10-1.
No, you're right. I got it backwards. Okay, no. That's my fault. I got it flipped. I meant to say woman. Okay, so that supports what you're saying. Okay, no, I had it flipped. All right.
So when you look at the conditions that the male child he's not a miracle. It's a deliberate act.
Right.
For the male sperm to go through that kind of struggle to, produce a child with the egg. If you don't think you built for struggle, because a lot of us don't think we built for it. That's the proof that you built for struggle. You can't be who you are if you didn't go through that initial struggle to get here.
Wow, that's deep, man.
Only the most fit sperm, Y chromosome sperm, right, with the strongest will to survive is gonna make it.
Damn.
We ejaculate nearly 1 billion sperm cells in each shoot. Of that billion sperm cells, only like 250 to 300 million is male. And so you think you 1 in a million, you more like 1 in 10 trillion. And then because we don't know this, we lower our value, which makes the women disgusted at us.
Shit.
When you lower your self-worth and your self-value, the divine feminine, all the way down to the common slut, will see you as a loser.
Oh man, you said all the way down to the common slut. God damn it! Woo.
Well, you got to remember, humans is pack animals, and the packs have hierarchies.
Mm.
It's just that the human hierarchy is covered up. The natural hierarchy is covered up by the uniform commercial system, where uniforms make the legitimacy appear legitimate when it's false the whole time.
Mm.
What you are by nature is your true form, but your true form remains unknown.
Mm-hmm. 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 Indeed, indeed.
Because you don't know who you are.
Right.
Right? You be having these dreams just trying to tell you all the time, all of us. These dreams come in, ain't nothing but while you in the fourth dimension, your fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth dimensional self is giving you data to take into the physical to work the solution out of this physics problem that's told in the conceptual format of arts and entertainment in the three-dimensional fixed position reality.
Right.
So this is confusing to the people who don't know what we go through to get here. You wouldn't even consider suicide as a male if you knew what you went through just to even survive the first trimester. Right? Then you have miscarriages starting from the third trimester, going into the last stages of pregnancy. And the most common miscarried child is always the male. It might look like the female because there's so many more of them than us being born.
Yeah.
Right? But when you look at it ratio wise, for the amount of females compared to the amount of males that's miscarried, it's disproportionately larger that the males are miscarried.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So by the time you coming out, right? Then they having these what's called preeclampsia or early contractions, revving up to push you out, right? Your odds of making it through birth is all about 60% compared to the 80% for the female. Just making it through the canal alone. So when you start putting these numbers together, you realize you're not one in a million. You one in some trillions.
1 in 10 trillion, you said.
Because in order for you to be here, nature has to put you through the ringer so you're strong enough to carry on the task you was required to do when your mama prayed for a child to deliver her from whatever she prayed for the child for. The weakest child not going to be able to perform the function. But even the ones that think they're weak, really not as weak as they think they are. This is that the sociology and psychology has convinced them to surrender their power and fit in.
Family, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all hear tonight's show? Tonight's show, the show before tonight, Raul Nefer Amen. The show before that, I think Sharif El Bey. The show before that, I think the brother Kwame Sunhorse. Yo, family, yo, tell me this. I be thinking I'm bugging out when I be like, yo, I got some of the illest people in the world on my show. I think my show is the shit. Do y'all hear the shit the brothers and sisters be dropping on my channel? Nah, y'all, this shit ain't normal, y'all. This show tonight is classic beyond classic. Yo, family, did y'all see the last week of shows alone? This shit ain't normal, y'all. Nah, this shit ain't normal.
This the Great Awakening.
Oh man, it's some beautiful.
This the Great Awakening. We come in teams. It's not just me. It's a lot of us, right? Like the brother B. Dale. You ever checked out one of his shows? You ever had him on here?
Yeah, brother, he been on plenty of times. That's my
man. Look, I love watching that brother so much. I got to turn from his channel so I can get my work done.
Oh man, it's like that.
I got certain people I have to avoid them so that I can continue on my process and won't think that okay, well he got that under control. I still got to do my part.
Yeah.
19 keys.
Shout out to 19. Yeah, all them brothers.
It's a couple more of them.
Yaki,
The
you know.
the brother you asked, Yaki Awaken.
Yeah.
Yaki is borderline extremist though, like Dr. Sabi.
Oh, we
That
thought.
comes from excessive passion to heal his people.
Uh-huh.
But I be listening to him. Everything he be saying, he know what he's talking about, but he take it to the extreme. But that's also part of how we learn,
Mm.
right? If he wasn't that adamant, then a lot of the people wouldn't pay him as much attention to get the herbal remedies for a lot of these ailments. He know which herbs do what, right? Then you got what, Seven Bomar,
Seven Beaumont. Yeah. Yeah.
Afro Chief, Mississippian boy.
I think, damn, I'm supposed to have him on soon too, y'all. Damn, yeah, Seven is scheduled to come on real soon, y'all. Yeah, man. This the shout out. Listen, shout out to B-Del, shout out to Yaki Awaken, shout out to Seven. Like I said, Rod Hayes, Kwame Sunhorse. I got Dr. Jewel Pookum. You heard of Dr. Jewel Pookum, right?
I'm not sure. Rafa.
That's sister. You gotta get up on Dr. Jewel Pookum. I got her coming up soon too. She's
Hey,
been out since the 80s and early 90s. She has 7 Circuits of the Brain, a classic lecture,
oh,
man.
wait a minute. I think I heard that one.
Yeah. She been out for a while, like a long time, brother, man.
Hey, look, when you next time you get ready to do a show about you need somebody to break down the treaties and the laws that they use to usurpers, you gotta holler at the legendary Top Cat.
Yeah, I think the brother just he just sent the super chat. Yeah, I heard people be telling. I've never sat down because I never really got into the whole Moorish thing and the laws and all of that. I never got into it thoroughly like that. I've always been into the metaphysics, but people always tell me on my channel, they always tell me about legendary Top Cat. So I gotta check
Yeah.
the.
So this is bridging the metaphysics with the law,
Oh, that's what. Okay.
right? Because what he's breaking down is the movement of the people, right? The movement of the people, the method of the movement is the laws being passed to push them from one place to another. Once you can piece that together from a metaphysical perspective, you can read how the energy moved across the land.
Right. Okay.
Right. And then this is going to show us how to double back around, reverse engineer the chaos in their face, straight up, no chaser, no cover up. Right. Just show it to them. When the people become aware, and the more of us starting to come out with this information, the more of us is becoming genetically activated to discern the right information from the misinformation.
Let me let's touch on this because I'm gonna get to a couple questions, then we're gonna get out of here. But I want to ask you this. I want to ask you a couple of questions before I get to. Shout out to Suzar. Yeah, I remember Suzar. Yeah, shout out to Suzar. I just talked to Asir yesterday. Asir be back soon. Yeah, so shout out to Asir.
You know how to contact Dr. Suzar?
No, I haven't. I wish I
did.
Man,
that sister gave me my first study step-by-step guide in her Unabridged Blacked Out Through Whitewash.
What a classic book. Oh man, that book. That's one of the best books in the world.
Look, we used to photocopy it in the joint. And it's like 20-something pages.
Yeah.
Right? That's outlining when the book come out. And she give you a title, a description, and a reference. Title, description, reference, all the way through there. Everything from the can sale to the Olmecs to it was all in there. All of the whitewashing and history she's showing you. Right?
Yeah.
So now, at the time, I didn't even know it was a sister. And I didn't know she was as young as she is. She a cold piece of work.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I like talking about the people that do the work
Oh yeah,
because it gives the people other people to go investigate.
yeah.
Like when people ask me about studying the Vadum, I say, look, the best online tutor for the culture that carry the swag and the energy of Big Mama teaching her babies is Louisa Taish,
Mm, mm.
right? She is the real fucking deal.
I gotta check out. I gotta check out.
Matter of fact,